You are listening to the Free the Moms podcast. And on this episode, we're going to talk about what to do if you had a kind of crappy Mother's Day. This applies to Mother's Day and all holidays. You are going to feel so free after listening to this episode. So dive in and let me know what you think. And remember, Free the Moms is a new podcast feed. If you're used to listening to Lose Weight for the Last Time, we have that podcast feed going as well. If you could pretty please with a cherry on top, leave a rating and a review for this brand new podcast feed. That would make my entire week. I love you all so much. We are going to be talking about what to do when things don't go your way. More specifically, what to do if you had a really crappy Mother's Day because the people in your life did not show up the way that you wanted to. We are going to do a deep dive into how to handle this, the before, the during, the after, because it really is related to eating, especially emotional eating. So let's dive in. So what's been going on in my life? We are about to hit summer. In Colorado, we get out so early. You guys, my son's last day is next Tuesday, which is when this is airing, which is the 21st of May. Like, who gets out of school on the 21st of May? It's so crazy. And then my daughter's on the 23rd. So we are approaching summer. I have been skipping. I haven't even been walking. I've just been skipping because I'm so excited about the spring. We've had the best spring in Colorado. Sometimes I feel like Colorado robs us of spring and it's just goes straight from winter to summer. And this has been glorious. I am skipping and galloping throughout my life. I'm such a cheeseball, I know, but that's what I'm doing. And it's been so great. So yeah, I'm really looking to summer. I think I'm going to call it the summer of simple. I encourage you guys to name your summers too. But for me, I'm like the summer of simple. We're not doing that much traveling. We're not doing that much, which is so great. I just want to hang out with my kids and my husband and our people here in Colorado and just soak them up. We are doing one beach trip to 30A, Rosemary Beach, where I'm really, really excited for that. It's fun. They have a direct flight from Denver straight to, I think, Panama City Beach, but we're staying Rosemary Beach area, which I'm super psyched because everybody has been talking about that area for so long. So that's kind of what is up and what is new in my life. So it's been really fun in the Yummy Mummy Masters because we've all been getting to know the new group and introducing ourselves. And I love getting a testimonial or a thing about the Yummy Mummy when it's not prompted, right? When I'm not tell me why the Yummy Mummy is amazing so I can tell my listenership, so I can tell my audience. I love when it just comes organically. So my client, Allie, I have so many clients named Allie. My client, Allie C, said when she was introducing herself and talking about her favorite thing about the Yummy Mummy, she says, my favorite thing about the Yummy Mummy is that I feel like I found a framework to achieve any goal and now believe it is truly possible to create anything I want. I have gone from victim-y, irritable, self-loathing, stuck, and chubby to empowered, nice, loving, unstuck, and lean. I still can't believe I took the plunge. As Laura Conley, as I know, I don't have a single friend who was in a sorority. Pink and purple are not remotely in my color palette, and I've never said babe in my life. I didn't know anyone in the YMX or the Yummy Mummy Masters. I just heard Laura on a podcast I literally had never once listened to before or since, and couldn't stop wondering, how does this lady know all my fucked up thoughts about food? Is she living in my brain? And now look at me, the most hardcore, devoted Yummy Mummy for life. I'm so grateful to my past self for trusting a hunch and doing something that felt super uncomfortable. Oh, can you guys relate? It's so good. It's so fun. I love how she calls herself chubby. It's cute because that was me too. Oh, and now I've Allie, this is a sorority you never thought you were going to be in on. It's not a sorority, you guys, okay? I mean, it kind of is. No, it's really not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, I was totally going to tell you guys, and this is related to what we're going to talk about today in terms of expectations, because, right, do you guys understand? Have I told you that the Yummy Mummy is a movement? And what is this movement about? This movement is about freeing the moms, freeing the women from all of the traps that we can tend to get caught in without even knowing we're in them. We're shackled. Ooh, that reminds me, I should share a fable from another client, my client, Sarah. I'll have to put that for another episode. But anyways, the point is we end up in these traps unknowingly, unintentionally, like diet culture, right? And another trap we can fall into is the trap of expectations. It's like we have these expectations, and then when they're not met, we're left feeling disappointed and resentful. So I'll go into it more once we get into the meat of the episode. But you guys, my daughter got lice. Isn't that so gnarly? Oh my God. I could literally barf thinking about it. Thank God my husband is like such a scientist and like a fly fisherman that like, what do they call them? Anglers. He says such an angler that like bugs don't gross him out. But like, OMG, she got lice and I almost threw up everywhere. But speaking of expectations, we had to cancel my husband's birthday party at the last minute, which was a super bummer. But I honestly was able to interpret it as kind of an adventure. So more on that later. The reason why we were doing this podcast is, and it's so funny because I had an inkling, like literally the day of Mother's Day, I'm like, should we call this day the day of unmet expectations? So you guys can take Mother's Day, you can take your birthday, you can take Christmas, you could take Hanukkah, you could take any holiday where you have a certain set of expectations and then they're not met and then you feel disappointed. This could also just be like a regular day in the life. So I really feel like this is the first trap that I unshackled myself from because it was such a trap. It caused me so many negative, unintentional emotions that I didn't like. I had such high expectations for so many things and people, and it just didn't serve me. So we're going to go into that. But the reason why we're talking about this on a weight loss podcast is because if you have unmet expectations, again, you'll probably feel disappointed or resentful, and then you might want to eat those emotions or reward yourself or soothe, especially because if you're disappointed, things didn't go your way. So if they didn't go your way, you might want to reward. You might want to make up for the crappy day, the crappy Mother's Day by eating Reese's leftover eggs. I don't know. Oh my God, aren't the Reese's eggs so good? Like the peanut butter to chocolate ratio is like where it's at. See, you guys, I still like food. I still love food. I still find it very pleasurable. I just don't find it to be overly pleasing. It's not my number one focus anymore. And again, coming out of that trap, it took time. This all takes time. It's all a practice. Okay, so let's first kind of define the problem because I ended up coaching. So the day of Mother's Day, I was like, oh, I bet people are having unmet expectations. I bet people are having rough days. Turns out I had 2 clients get coached on Mother's Day and unmet expectations. And oh my God, hi, it is me. This used to be me. But now I rarely, I'll say, it still happens to me for sure, will be disappointed because of high expectations or unmet expectations or whatever. So let's like really talk through this. How does this unfold? What does this look like? So for my 2 clients, what it looked like for them is Mother's Day didn't live up to expectations. Their Mother's Days were meh. They were really disappointed. They just sucked. They felt like that. One of my clients was like, I was holding on so tight that this Mother's Day would be different. This would be the one. This would be the one when my husband or my partner like does it right. Like, and it's so funny because I'm like, did you tell them to do it right? Did you tell them how you wanted it to be done? And they're like, no, I was just crossing my fingers that they would figure it out. You guys, husbands, partners, like they are such crappy mind readers. They're not good. Well, they're not good at reading minds. Trust me, I've tested it. So my clients were thinking like, I just want them to be thoughtful. I just wanted to be appreciated. I do so much. Like, oh my God. And can you relate? I can so relate. I do so much for this family. And on a daily basis, I'm not appreciated. So I really wanted to be appreciated on this day, right? One of my clients was like, I really didn't want my husband to work on this day. Her husband worked on this day. She's like, and I ended up spending it with my mother-in-law and my mom. And I ended up taking care of my baby the whole day. It was actually more work than it was. And so they kind of left Mother's Day. They woke up the next day like with a hangover. That's how they describe it. Like I felt like a huge hangover and I was really disappointed. To add insult to injury, one of my clients was like, and then I didn't feel like I should be disappointed because I do have a good partner and I know deep down he does appreciate me. So then we add that insult to injury. We throw salt in the wound because we're like, we shouldn't feel disappointed, but we genuinely do feel disappointed. So of course, what's the solution? To bite our tongues or to lash out or to eat all the things because, again, we feel disappointed and we don't want to feel disappointed. Right? My one client was like, I hate disappointment. It's like my least favorite emotion to feel. It just lingers. It just hangs on. It doesn't go away. And so what do? We use food to soothe, to numb, to avoid, to give ourselves a reward, to make ourselves feel better. But of course, we know how that cycle ends, right? Ugh, it just makes us feel worse. And then we have a hangover from that. We have a double hangover. Oh, and I'm not laughing, but clearly I am laughing. Oh my God. I told you guys I was on one today. So is this you? Does this show up for you in any way, shape, or form with your kids, with your mom, with your partner, with your husband, where you think it should go a certain way and then it doesn't, and then you're disappointed, and then maybe even resentful, and then you want to use food to soothe? This is so normal. And I'm going to teach you how to handle it so that you can live the life of your dreams and be in the body of your dreams, because you're not eating for emotional reasons. You're eating for nourishment. You're eating food for what I believe it's for, which is fuel, right? Once in a while, it's fine. And again, you guys, I like to give a caveat around, hello, eating for emotional reasons is not bad or wrong. It's just neutral, and we just get to decide, does it serve us? So are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you ever disappointed in other people because they don't do it right? Can I get a yes? Can I get a hell yes? Oh my gosh. Okay. So basically, when we're disappointed or resentful, it's because we just wish it was different than it was. And like, if I could help you change the past, if I could help you change the people in your life, I would, but there's no way to do that. I don't know, at least I don't know how to do that. We cannot change other people and we can't change the past. So if that's true, then what? And I'm going to take you through then what? I really think this is like that quote, and I think it's attributed to Nelson Mandela, but when I was Googling it said Nelson Mandela and it said St. Augustine. So I don't know who gets the credit, but the quote that I love that depicts this and illustrates this concept, what we're talking about today, so well, is resentment or disappointment too, is like drinking poison and hoping the other person will die, right? We're the ones that suffer. They don't feel our disappointment. They don't feel our resentment. Half the time, they don't even know. Okay. But what do we do when we feel resentful? Again, we eat. Sometimes we play tit for tat, right? We're like, well, just wait for Father's Day. It's going to suck. Meanwhile, they probably don't even care. Oh. So some of us, again, it's like, what is your kind of response? Is it fight? Is it flight? Is it freeze? Is it fawn? For me, I'm a fighter. I'm going to pick a fight. And then I'm going to feel worse after, because I'm not going to because I'm not going to have wanted to show up in that way. I'm not going to be proud of that. Okay. So, and it doesn't mean you can't bring something up. It doesn't mean you can't have a new Mother's Day moving forward, or a new fill in the blank day moving forward. And that's what I'm going to teach you right now. I have about 7-ish steps that I'm going to teach you, and you can like kind of pick and choose. So if this is you, if you ever have unmet expectations, this is how to navigate. This is exactly what you're going to do. And I'm kind of like, what if we walked around the world with no expectations? People are like, no expectations? We can't have no expectations of people. We can't just like let them off the hook. We have to like hold them to a standard. And I'm like, what hook? What standard? Are we the hook police? There's no hook. Mel Robbins talks all about like this idea of the let them. Like, let them be them. We already have plenty of data that trying to change these people, typically our husbands or our close inner circles, our families, it doesn't work. Like, you already have the data. So let's just try a new way. Okay, so let's talk about the new way. Number one, like I just said, let's let go of all expectations, or let's just lower them significantly. Now, the caveat here is that, you guys, this is a practice. This is a practice. You are going to be practicing letting go of expectations, lowering your expectations, getting rid of them for the rest of your life. You're going to be practicing not controlling other people for the rest of your life, because you are not bad or wrong, right? Nope. Nothing is wrong with you for having expectations from other people. This is just the way that we've been taught. We have been taught since, I watched this with my kids in preschool. We have been taught that other people are responsible for how we feel. It would make me cringe. It would make me go bananas when I would hear a preschool teacher tell a kid to another kid, like, oh, you hurt their feelings. Can you apologize? Oh, you hurt their feelings. Can you check on them? It's like, no, you didn't hurt their feelings. They interpret it in a certain way. And I'm not saying, don't mishear me, babes. Don't mishear me, honey hoos. I'm not saying we don't take responsibility for our actions. I'm not saying we don't apologize, but let's stop it with the codependency here, because it shows up in adulthood and then it shows up in disconnection in our relationships. So again, let's just try a new way. Let's try being responsible for our feelings and letting people just be themselves, because again, we can't control them. So enter step 1, the manual. You guys have probably heard me talk about the manual. The manual, we all have them. We all probably have a whole freaking library full of them. Manuals are books. They're imaginary. This comes from my coach, Brooke Castillo. They're books, manuals, and inside these books, these imaginary books, are lists of rules, lists of expectations, lists of how other people should behave. Now, what's really great is when the people, the husbands, the partners, the moms, the kids can follow these manuals, we get to feel good, right? It's not really a problem if they follow the manuals properly, but inevitably they're not going to, right? And so when they don't follow the manual, the rules, they should get me this on Mother's Day. They should get me flowers. They should fill out the card. All the white space should be filled out. They shouldn't just sign their name. They should remember what I said in November, how I hinted that I wanted this piece of jewelry, and then they should get it for me. Should. That's what manuals look like, is should. So you might already know what your manuals say. Some of us don't know, and we're more connected to our feelings. We just know we feel a lot of disappointment and resentment. And you can explore there. What am I thinking that's causing this resentment? You guys know I teach you, or I talk about, thoughts cause our feelings. Thoughts cause our feelings. Of course, then we have feelings and we have thoughts about those feelings. I digress. But our thoughts cause our feelings. So if you feel disappointed or resentful, can you find the should that's creating that? Because then we have something to work with. We can actually play with that thought. We can find out, like, well, should they? What if they don't want to? So I wonder if we could just set down our manuals for like a week as like an experiment. You can pick it back up. And then eventually you might want to burn them all. And then guess what? You'll find that you have more, and then you'll have new ones. Oh, interesting. So don't beat yourself up when you find out that you do have a manual for someone else because you think you shouldn't have manuals, or because then you have a manual for yourself, right? I love this work. I really genuinely do. So don't beat yourself up when you find that you have more and more and more manuals as you journey on. You'll be like, oh, I thought I burned this manual. And I'm still mad at him. It's okay. We're just practicing. This isn't a perfect. This isn't a punishment, right? And you probably do this other thing. Well, if I'm not going to have a manual for him or them or her, then they can't have one for me. That's just another manual. They shouldn't have a manual if I don't have manuals, right? I remember working through that myself. That took me a while. Anyways, can you let go of these expectations? Why? Because you will feel better when you do. You already have the proof that it's not serving you to keep these expectations, and that you probably feel like you're drinking the poison, right? So in terms of letting go of these manuals, we're still on step 1, babes. I think it's really helpful. It makes it easier for me to let go of these manuals when I can understand why my husband, since we're talking about Mother's Day and we're talking about my clients here, when I can understand why they are behaving the way that they are behaving from a place of understanding, like wanting to understand, from a place of curiosity and not judgment, right? Like, I used to think, oh, my husband should say thank you. Like, he should write my parents a thank you note when they give him a gift, or like at the minimum, say thank you. He should. He doesn't write thank you notes. He's never going to. Like, I tried changing that behavior. Doesn't work. So when I looked at why he doesn't, it's because his family of origin they don't say thank you. I've never heard his mom say thank you. Seriously. I don't mean that mean. I love his mom. I love him. I love his whole family. Like, seriously love them. And yet they don't say thank you. So of course he doesn't say thank you. He wasn't taught to say thank you. He wasn't taught to write thank you notes. So this makes it a lot easier for me to feel peace, not for me to let him off the hook. He gets to behave however he wants. You guys, adult humans get to do whatever they want whenever they want. Adult humans get to do whatever they want whenever they want. Yes, there might be consequences. Yes, you might want to set a boundary. We could talk about that later. But for the most part, they get to do whatever they want. And we are not the police. We're not. So that's one. Can you burn your manuals? Can you set them down? Can you just experiment with not having expectations, knowing that your freedom and peace is on the line? Like, that's a pretty good carrot. I'm like, hey, put these down and guess what you get to feel? Peace. And it might take a deep breath or two, because for a lot of us, there is some attachment to holding the manual. It kind of feels a little bit good to be mad for some of us. Some of us, it doesn't. So just take a deep breath and be like, actually take a deep breath right now. Can we just all take a deep breath? Okay. I like an audible exhale. Do the audible exhale. Let's do one more. I'm literally wild. I'm like a wild animal, you guys. This is for you, not for them. Now, will they benefit? Yeah, probably. It'll probably be more pleasant. You'll probably create a lot more connection in your life. So take a deep breath and see if you can just practice putting it down for one day, for 1 week. You can always have it back. You can always go back to the old way. Let's just get some data over here to see which way we like better. Okay. So number 2, I kind of already talked about this, but we can't change other people. We know this intellectually, but then we go like through our lives, we're still trying to control them. We're still trying to manipulate them. It's sometimes sneaky. Don't be surprised when people show you who they are and then act in accordance with who they have shown you who they are. A lot of us have been married for some time now, or we've been with our partners for some time now. They're going to show up how they always have shown up, most likely. I love it. People are always like, oh, my mother-in-law came over and she judged my cooking. It's like, yeah, she judges your cooking every time. Like, expect it. Can you have some humor around it? Yeah, he never says thank you. He never gets me a Mother's Day gift. Like, can we just expect it and plan accordingly? Okay, number 3. I love this one. If you didn't have a good holiday, a good Mother's Day, a good fill in the blank day, can you do a do-over? Like, who says that Mother's Day had to be on May 12th? Like, do a do-over. You can be like, you know what? I didn't like that Mother's Day. I'm going to make Mother's Day this Saturday and I want to do X, Y, Z. Mine would be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Blah, blah, blah. There's always room for a do-over. Now, this is a bit of a tangent, but I always love just the concept of a do-over in life. You always can do a do-over. I do this with my kids all the time. Sometimes if somebody wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, it's like, oh, can we just like, what if we all run back to our rooms as fast as we can and like start over? Can we start fresh? Again, that's a tangent. That's a different episode. But can you do a do-over on the holiday? If you want to, you don't have to. It's just an option. Number 4, if you don't want to do a do-over, or maybe you do want to do a do-over, also think about next year. If you don't want this year to go like it did, no, we can't control other people, but we do have influence, right? We do have our voices. So what would your ideal day for Mother's Day be? Mine would be a massage and then a facial and then some sort of spa scrub situation. There might be some friends involved, a hike or a yoga. There might be some flowers, a card, chilled dinner, a little wine. This is my ideal day. So I'm going to make sure I communicate that to my partner next year. Now, I'm not giving him too much of the planning power because I like to plan, honestly, and it just goes better. I'm not anxious. Like, is he going to do it right? Is he not? I'm going to book the massage. We're going to talk about that later because people will be like, oh, well, then if I book it, then it's like, it wasn't romantic. It wasn't from his heart. It's like, who cares? You're getting what you want. The other way didn't work. Let's try this way. So plan out your ideal day for next year and put it in your Google Calendar now. Like put it for May 1st. This is my ideal Mother's Day. And today on May 1st, I'm going to communicate this to my partner so that we can make a plan so that it actually freaking happens. Whatever your ideal day is. Okay. Now, over communicate this plan. Send it in email form, send it in text form, pretend your partner's 7 years old, bring it up 17 times. You guys are probably rolling your eyes. I'm not kidding on this one. Okay. Over communicate, right? You can make requests, even if you've let go of your manual. Actually, I don't really want you making requests unless you've set down your manual. So you can make requests like, babe, I actually really want you to make a steak dinner and I really want you to buy me flowers. Now, like, so yes, there's some things that you are in control of in terms of planning. Like we're going to have happy hour, we're going to invite my friends over, or I'm going to schedule a massage or whatever, but you can make requests of your partner. Like I really want the kids to fill out one of those forms where it says, my mom's favorite thing to do. My mom always forgets. My mom always says this. My mom thinks it's funny when I'm this. Like seriously, you can make these requests, but I really want you to do it from a place of non-attachment and a like letting go. Look, I'm going to make the request and then I'm going to give it wings and I am going to choose how I want to feel no matter what. We are in control of our feelings and that is this work, right? Because when we have manuals, we are handing over our emotional well-being. We're handing over all of our emotions to someone else. We're on a roller coaster. It's like if they behave correctly in quotes, they do it the way I want them to, I get to feel good. And if they don't do it badly, if they don't follow the rule book, then I have to feel disappointed. That sucks. That's so anxiety producing for me because it's like it's in somebody else's hands. So plan out your ideal day, delegate what you want to delegate, but without attachment. So I would also say with you planning out your ideal day, how do you want to feel on Mother's Day? And how are you going to ensure that that happens no matter what other people do or don't do? Okay. So that's number 4, plan out your ideal day. And this can be for any holiday that's coming up. Again, people will be like, well, if I tell him to buy me flowers, then that's not from the heart and that's not romantic. Okay, number 1, who cares? You get what you want. Or on the flip side of that, maybe it is romantic. I choose to think it is. That's what I think. I think it is from the heart. I totally think like I made a request and he followed through. To me, that's actually very romantic and very from the heart. Like he wouldn't do it. At least my husband would not do it unless he genuinely wanted to. He just wouldn't. Now, I know a lot of us can tend to be people pleasers. And so some of us actually will do things when it's not from the heart. But trust that your people in your life will do it for you because they love you. They do. Okay. Number 5, I want you guys to start playing the Come On Compliment Me game. Okay. This is a game that we have invented at my house. It's called Come On Compliment Me. Come on, compliment me. Now, you guys, I'm still kind of iterating on the name, but so far this is the working name. This is a working title for this game. So what is this game, you ask? This game is very helpful if you are somebody who likes to feel loved, if you love to feel appreciated, if you love to feel acknowledged, if you love accolades, if your love language, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, if your love language is words of affirmation, I want you to start playing Come On Compliment Me, especially if your partner isn't an accolade giver, isn't a compliment offerer. My husband does not compliment me when the kitchen has been cleaned. He doesn't compliment me when I make the bed. He doesn't compliment me when I spend an entire fucking weekend, booking the summer schedule and organizing all the camps and all the pickups and all the drop-offs and OMG with the summer camps. What is happening? Okay, that's also another podcast. But he doesn't naturally give me accolades or compliments, and I want them. I love them. I love compliments. So now we have this game in our house, and it's actually very funny, and it actually feels better in my body than if he just naturally gave me a compliment. I'm not even kidding. So you guys can take this or leave this one, but you do something amazing. If you want to feel appreciated, acknowledged, whatever, fill in the blank. something amazing, you say, look at what I did. Is this amazing or what? Can you believe that I'm this amazing? They'll usually play along. This is going on a lot for me in my house right now because I have joined the 6 a.m. club, which is not really a club. I think it's like the 5 a.m. club. That's like an actual club. But the 6 a.m. club is the one that I've joined. And there's like one member, it's me. And my husband gets up a little bit earlier than that. And I'm not usually I am not an early riser. I tend to be, I don't think I'm a night person or a morning person, honestly. I like to go to bed at like 10, wake up at like 8. But I want to get up earlier for many different reasons. And so when I get up, I'm like, babe, can you believe that I got up? Like, I am amazing. And now it's just a joke. And he's like, yeah, that's amazing. Or when I clean the kitchen or anything that I do, I literally am like, come on, compliment me. And it really works. I genuinely feel appreciated. I genuinely feel the way I want to feel when I talk about it. And really, you guys, it's me giving it to me and just including him in the process, because that's what we want anyways. That's what's deep down underneath it all, is our belief, our self-love, right? If we believed that what we were doing was amazing and valuable, we wouldn't need it from somebody else. And the reason we want it from someone else is so that we can give ourselves permission to believe it, to think it, and then feel it. So this is one hack. This is one kind of roundabout way of going for it. And it's honestly so fun. So just don't knock it till you try it. Let me know. I'm really dying to hear if you guys try this Come On Compliment Me game at home, and see. You can do it with your kids too. Like, oh my God, am I amazing for reading you 3 books? Yes, I am. Am I amazing for teaching you how to ride a bike? Best Mom Award. Where's my trophy? This is the shit I say. I'm like, I'm going to need a medal for this. I need a medal. Big medal. Number 6, I want you to write a letter to yourself. Whatever it is that you wanted from Mother's Day. Maybe you wanted to feel appreciated or loved. Write a love letter. Write an appreciation letter to yourself. My friend Nicole Shaka, I just love her. And I love like collabing with her because you guys, she's amazing. Do her sweat and stillness program. You can go to NicoleShaka.com. Her name is Nicole, Nicole. And then Shaka is SCIACCA. You can go to NicoleShaka.com and work out with me, because I work out with her a couple mornings a week on Zoom, and it's amazing. But anyway, so she was having our group, the May group of sweat and stillness. It's like yoga and weightlifting. It's really great. And she was having the group do a letter to yourself around forgiveness. So I kind of riffed on it, and I was like, write an appreciation letter to yourself, or whatever that feeling was. And I want you to just be like, I appreciate you because you do this. I'm amazing because I do this. Or you, I, me, whatever. So do that. I dare you. I would love to see yours. You can send them to me. I would, oh my God, it'd be so special. But I want you to do it. I want you to give yourself a deadline, and I want you to set a timer for 10 minutes. You'll be like, oh, this is going to take like an hour. No, it takes like 8 minutes. Set a timer, sit down. If you don't feel better after, then I don't know. Then I suck as a coach. I don't know. You will feel better after is my point. Number 7. Okay, this is really important. Let's say you do feel disappointed next Mother's Day. Let's say next Thanksgiving, you do feel let down. You do feel resentment. That's okay. This is a practice. I want you to hold space for that. And I want you to talk to yourself very lovingly, like you would your kid. I love you. Of course, I'm feeling disappointed. I'm learning how to release my manuals. I'm learning how to let go of expectations. This is a process. This isn't like an overnight thing. I'm allowed to feel disappointed. I'm allowed to feel resentful. I'm allowed to feel this, because when you let yourself feel it and you don't think, I shouldn't feel this, like what's wrong with me? I should be grateful for what I do have. Then you process through the emotion, and the urge to eat the food to soothe or reward or avoid whatever will not be as strong. I'm not saying it won't be there, but can you take care of yourself by allowing yourself to process this emotion? So that's what I got for you. Now, when my clients have applied this, they have had exceptional results. I cannot tell you the moms that were in Slack, my clients celebrating their Mother's Day, the moms that have been practicing this, right, for a couple of years now, because we have a lot of masters that have been in for a couple of years. And they were like, oh my God, it was just a day full of true pleasures. and glimmers. We went for a hike. We did an art project. It's like there's so many posts in Slack about the moms who have let go of these expectations. And it's not because they're better than you. It's just that they've learned the tools. And same with me. It's right. Like I really genuinely had the best Mother's Day ever, which is so crazy. And I got like a plant from my kid that I'm sure his teachers made. And I got a cute little book from my daughter that, again, her teacher helped her with, but I genuinely love them. My husband got me nothing, literally nothing. I didn't ask him for anything like I normally would have. I normally would have been like, I want da 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 da. But we actually talked about it. I was like, you know what? I don't need anything, which is shocking for me to say because I'm usually like, I want this and this and this and this and this, and I want these shoes and this piece of jewelry. And I was like, no, I literally don't even get me a card. What? I was like unrecognizable. I was like, I just want to go to the foot massage and get a foot massage, and I want to go to yoga, and I want to have my friends over for happy hour. So that's what we did. And I was like, I do want a dinner, but then like we had the happy hour and then we were eating all this cheese and then I was like full and I was like, let's just not even do the dinner. So honestly, guys, it was so freeing. And then meanwhile, my daughter had like gotten lice like the day before. We had the lice fairy or the hair fairy come and she like got it all out. Everything was totally fine. But it was another practice and expectations because I was like, oh, now we have to cancel my husband's birthday party that I was really looking forward to. We were going to get an Uber to Margaritas in Mexican, and then we were going to go get a private karaoke room and do karaoke with all our friends. It was going to be so fun. We had a babysitter, everything. To cancel it all. And it was really fascinating to watch myself fairly automatically be like, this is an adventure. We're actually going to have fun getting rid of the lice. I mean, after I like totally barfed and gagged. But this is what's on the other side for you. Again, I'm not sharing these stories to be like, I'm amazing. No, this has been 12 years of me practicing letting go of expectations. 12 freaking years. Can't tell you how many times I cried over unmet expectations, over my husband getting me a shitty fucking gift. I literally asked my friends, asked my husband, like, so there's been so much work that has gone into this. And it's just pure freedom for me to just get to have a Mother's Day without anyone having to behave in a certain way. Oh yeah. My kids were going to like make me breakfast, which I'm like, you guys, I intermittent fast. Hello. They made me like these like strawberries cut up with like stevia, and they were disgusting because they were all like mushy and weird because my kids like don't know how to chop fruit. But it was really cute and fun. And then you can kind of enjoy those little glimmers when you release the expectations. It's like no more shoulds. And again, you guys, I don't do this perfectly all the time. It just happens that I was able to muster up enough of the letting go this past weekend. And that was for me. It wasn't for anybody else. So I just offer that for you. And this is so related to food, right? Because this is the root work. This is the work that we really do in the Yummy Mummy. Oh, it's so good. Because if you don't have the urge in the first place, it's just so much easier. So if you want to hop on my calendar, go to lauraconley.com, book a call. We can talk through what you're struggling with, and we can talk through how to sign up for the Yummy Mummy experience and if it might be the right fit for you. Our next cohort is going to be starting in July. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing a challenge in June. That's going to be super fun. I'm pretty pleased with the cherry on top. Will you share this episode with a friend? Will you send a link to somebody who maybe had a crappy Mother's Day? And a rate and a review is also super huge. So like stop right now, take 30 seconds. If you've ever gotten anything from this podcast, I would so appreciate the pay it forward. Good karma. Karma is your boyfriend. Karma is the guy on the screen coming straight out to me. Did you guys see that? Taylor Swift, when she like changed the lyrics. Oh my God, I died and went to heaven. Karma is the guy in the Chiefs coming straight home to me. Oh, I love it. Guys, my girlfriend was like in like Luxembourg or something. And she's like, I'm trying to go to Taylor Swift in Stockholm. And it's like not even that expensive. And I was like, shit. I was like looking up flights. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, babe, I'm going to Stockholm. He's like, babe, no, you're not. I was like, babe, yeah, I am. But I'm actually not going to Stockholm, but I really want to go to Taylor Swift again because you guys, I want to be her. She's so amazing. I love her. Okay, so what did you guys think? Is this helpful? Do you feel a little bit better? I also want to let you know that doors are open for the next round of the Yummy Mummy experience. Go to lauraconley.com to book your call to see if this is right for you. Inside, we're going to lose weight for the last time and love our lives for the first time. I'll see you there.